everybody. Welcome to another edition of In the Studio. I'm AJ Ganger. Today, we're with Andrew Weaver and Austin Jenkins. First time on the show. They're normally, Austin, you're normally behind the camera on a lot of stuff. You guys were interns this year for the Indian Nation station, Pickwood Channel 5. So tell us a little bit about your experiences and what it was like to be an intern.
You know, being a introvert as I am, I really don't like talking to people or like going out in the community, but this kind of forces you to do both. So I guess it's a good way for me to open up and just become a better person, I guess.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Andrew on that. It actually teaches you a lot about communication with, strangers and people you may not know. But I think the internship really went well this year. It taught me a lot.
Would you recommend it to other students? I mean, we're trying to look for some more students here. Would you recommend them coming in and learning kind of this new stuff?
Because it not only teaches you more about, the media program, but it also teaches you more about yourself, how you can, be more open to people. So, yeah, I think it would be a good thing for people to be in.
I think it really just depends on who you are. Like, for me and Austin, we were already kind of a group for like 2 years before this, so kind of transitioning into an internship together didn't really affect anything, the way we worked together and stuff. So.
Now, you guys have done a lot of community events. Obviously, we started out with football and things like that back in August when the internship began. This past week, we had a busy week, and we're going to have another busy week coming up. This week, I mean, we've got a softball game tonight, a baseball game tomorrow. We've got a couple events. I'll be at the State of the College address Wednesday morning. Then that night, the National Honor Society event happens. Thursday, I believe, the National Day of Prayer for the Pickwood Association of Churches. I'll be at that one. And then Friday, there's another baseball game. So, I mean, this week is just, it's a lot of stuff. Last week, we were at Cakes for a Cause, Thursday and Friday. Tell us a little bit about some of the community events that you guys have been to and what that has been like.
Oh, definitely Johnson's Farm.
Yeah, Johnson's Farm is definitely one of the ones that I enjoy the most because we can go out there and be creative with what we do. Mm-hmm. Get some B-roll, nice scenery that's out there, and some of the kids that's out there, too.
What upsets me is, like, there's still a whole other area I hadn't explored with Johnson's Farm. There's this trail that goes all the way down the waterway they have there, and I wanted to walk down a trail, but at the time it was raining, so we couldn't really do that. Yeah, that was a missed opportunity, though.
Now, when you guys will be at Taste of the Arts and things like that on May 10th as well, but you guys were at the mall seeing Cakes for a Cause probably for the first time in your guys' life. What did you think of seeing, all those cakes and just the activities that were going on there?
It's definitely amazing to see how people can decorate cakes. A lot of those are very unique. You don't normally see those in like a store, a regular birthday party. You don't see those. It's really cool how they can dress up cakes to look like that.
Yeah, my favorite cake was the Baby Shark Doo-Doo cake.
There's two of them, actually.
I know. Like, I don't know if it's just a creativity that people have or just it's catchy. So, like, they're like, okay, well, Baby Shark Doo-Doo's catchy. Why don't we just put it on a cake and we'll get, like, third prize? Which I believe they did get, like, third prize.
We also brought back this year the Mayor's Show, Eye on Pickwa. We did Johnston Farm, the water treatment plant. There was another one before that. I can't remember what it was. And then we had a couple, one of them that was in here, and the most recent one we filmed, which is on our YouTube channel now, was with Chris Smeezing. As we literally walked around the city of Pickwa, learning some new things about some of the projects that are going on, some of the buildings that are up for sale. What do you guys think of walking around and maybe, learning some things as now you're getting older and becoming adults? Just some of the stuff that they're planning on doing in your hometown.
Well, it gets us familiar with, what's going to be coming on to the future with us, getting ready to graduate here. But it's definitely informative to know about that kind of stuff because then you're more familiar with your surroundings here in Pickwa. But yeah.
I would say learning about the Lock 9 project. Now, I'm more of an environmentalist, so I want to see a bunch of trees and stuff, but the way they're going, there's going to be solar panels, so I mean, at least they're saving on energy cost and stuff like that, but yeah, I don't really have too much to say because I'd like to see trees and flowers all over the place down at Lock 9, just kind of like a walk-through park basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I definitely like the whole idea with the Lock 9. They're trying to get people to come out and, enjoy their nice time. Like when Rock Pickle comes to downtown, they're trying to, get the community to come down and, have a good time off with their families and everything. So I feel like that would be a pretty good project here coming soon.
What is your guys' futures? Are you looking to maybe still stay in the field of media and pursue something like that, or are you guys looking to go a different route?
I'm leaning towards taking either the National Guard or the Marines, just for the simple fact they can help pay for my college, and then from there I can go on to do communications and stuff like that. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be a lot easier for me financially to go to like the National Guard or the Marines, which sucks because that's gonna take time that I could be learning more stuff with like media, but that's how life is. You gotta take the easiest path that you can take.
Mm-hmm. Austin?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing some media production and photography. I actually want to do too. I've looked at computer programming. I've actually, that might not be a bad choice, maybe like a second choice for me. But I'm going to be going to Edison and going to be taking the photography class that's over there. And I'm actually talking with my counselors right now to see if they have like a media production program over there. I'm not really too sure just yet, but that's kind of like what I have planned for the next couple of years.
Now, what is you guys have started out in media before I got here? You guys were taking Skeens' class before then. You guys have learned a lot. What else have you guys learned? I know you've been doing a lot more editing lately. You edited the Eye on Pickwa shows. Andrew, you've already been an editor at one point in time, and you've probably expanded on the way that you edit by the way I do it. Just what do you think you guys have maybe learned better, or are doing a lot more of being an intern with the station?
Definitely when you're editing, it's the continuously flowing arc of the story that you're trying to create. So, like, say last year when I was editing Brad's Pick With Things, it was more just like choppy, funny, and like it doesn't matter if it flowed correctly. It's just make it as funny as possible. But like when you're doing something serious, like say I wouldn't, well, not really serious, but like say when you're putting B-roll together, like you want everything to be in a constant flow towards like not jumping from shot to shot, and you don't have to use transitions in between.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the reason why I've always liked media is because you can be creative with it. You can put your own view onto things, and it's just I like classes like that where it's more hands-on, where you can actually put forth your effort and your opinions towards the class. But that's definitely one of the main reasons that I've taken media for these last couple years with Skeens, and obviously Andrew. I've been with him since sophomore year. It's been a long ride.
I'm sure you guys have known each other before then too, right?
Not really, no.
Really?
No.
Because I bounced around
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
from
I
like
forgot about that.
Pickwa, Nebraska, and back.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. So speaking of, we've done community events and things like that. Talk about some of the people you may have met. I mean, you got to meet. You basically have hung out with the mayor at least 5-6 times now. Just what do you think the people in this community are like here in Pickwa?
Well, obviously it's gonna vary between the personalities, but like when you're meeting someone like the mayor, the way you hear like politics are talked about, you kind of hold everybody to like this a standard of way a person should act.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you're speaking with her, she's a normal person. She has humor, and you know, it's not what you would expect from a politician if you're just like watching TV and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Andrew there. Like people think that the mayor's all like serious and politicians. Well, no, when you actually meet her, she's just a normal person doing a job that it's needed in the community, and she's an all around great person. I don't know. It's great to see what she gets to do all day, every day, and it's great that she volunteers her time to do that for us as the community grows. She's going to continue to make our community better, bring us closer together as a whole, which is what the main goal should be in the end.
Now, you guys have done a couple more episodes of This is Pickwa. We go around, we talk to local business owners, what they do, what they bring to the community, what it's like being a business in the community of Pickwa. We did This or That Candy on Main, like literally right after it opened up. You guys did the Mercantile, Dobos, a couple other ones. What's it like being out to these businesses that maybe you've never stepped foot in your life?
Okay, I'll take it. Since I was a person on the camera, which I don't know why, I get queasy in front of the camera sometimes, but it's really interesting to see their point of take on how they run their business or how they plan, like how their future is. Like, because the guy who does this or that, it was like he has a construction business on the side. So, like, not only is he running that, but he also has the candy. So, like, he has a fallback if, like, one of the two doesn't work out. Like, just to see that people are planning ahead and trying to, like, not just stay in one business area but move to the other is extremely extraordinary to me. Because a lot of people just go one path their whole life and don't end up really doing anything.
And the last couple of people that we've met, like the Mercantile, this is that, they always have that second plan, as a backup, just in case, it doesn't fall through. But when we went and talked to the owner of This Is Cat, well, this is
Cat.
This is Cat. This is That Candy on Main. It was actually his first year. He didn't really know how it was going to go, but it seemed to work pretty well. He told us that on opening day he had a very busy day. He said there was people lining up outside, and it's great that he can bring a candy store downtown, because we actually lost one. It was off of out past Washington. It was Candy on the Curve. Yeah, and the one thing that I'm going to remember about the Mercantile is that cat that they had. I was playing with it the entire video.
You guys said he got into one of our tripod bags.
Yeah, he actually.
We still have a picture of that on the Google Drive.
I've seen it.
We can try to put it on the video if you guys want to see it. But
so you guys have also been doing a little bit of the business side of the TV station. I've let you guys schedule a couple things in the past, but you guys have also been calling people, getting people interested in us coming out and filming at their locations. What has that been like? I know it's not always yes right away, or they don't always get back to you, but just talking to those people on the phone, where it's a really stressful thing. I don't like talking to people on the phone. I know you guys definitely probably don't like talking to people on the phone, but when you're forced to do something like that, get out of your comfort zone, what's that like?
See, that's another thing about communication with people that you may not know. It definitely brings you outside of your box, your little closed box that you have, if you may not be open to talking to people that you may not know. But yeah, that was one thing that really brought me out of my box, was going and talking to people or calling them on the phone, trying to get them to so we can go and do a video for them to promote their business and everything.
Well, it's not really a question for me, since I have like anxiety when I talk on the phone, so I always pushed it off to Austin, and I just walked away and did something else. But I would say if I had the chance, which I did, if I would have taken a chance, it definitely would have opened up a lot more opportunities and a variety of ways I could have took the way I could have presented myself to people. Instead, I'm just the guy who stands in the back with a camera. So, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, you're normally the guy behind the camera instead of being in front of it. Austin is too, but
yeah.
You guys do a great job what you guys do, and I really appreciate all the help, and I'm sure everyone in the community. I've heard nothing but great things with you two. Going to film in the YWCA meeting, they're extremely grateful that you guys actually came. You're very professional when you guys go to events, and that's something that we want to continue. In the future here at the Indian Nation Station. We really appreciate all the work you guys have done.
Well, it's a giving back thing. Like, the community's helped us as a student here at Pickle City Schools. They've helped us succeed, and it's just a thing to give back to them. Let them see what's going on in their community.
A couple more questions here. Sports. We've covered a lot of sports this year. A lot of sports that never get coverage as it is. Soccer, we did basketball games actually live this year. We started doing baseball and softball this year. Obviously, the football games this year as well. What is that like, going to all of our sporting events, seeing that, but also being behind the cameras and seeing how production works and coming back and then editing all that stuff together? What is that like?
Well, obviously, football was easy for me. It was like the easiest
one.
one.
Bob and Dwayne.
Yeah. I just had to direct them. But I mostly just sat on a chair eating, so like
Yeah,
that.
well, I was on the big camera up top running the big screen, and you get to sit down there and eat some food with Dwayne. And
Hey, they keep me
Yeah.
on my toes though.
Yeah.
I'd be eating something, they'd be like,
Yeah, where are we going next? What are we doing here? They're always keeping you on your
Yeah.
toes. But I mean, some of these events you guys have probably never been to. You guys have probably never been to a baseball game. You guys have probably never been to a soccer game or a softball game. What's that like? Actually going and seeing.
to be honest, this was my first year going to any like high school event. So like going to like even a basketball game, even though I'm like a super big basketball fan, it's a very eye-opening experience because instead of me being like a player or watching it on TV, I'm there, I'm feeling the atmosphere. I can see the plays developing easier, and it's fun. I mean,
yeah, it's much more fun, and you can feel the energy in the room when you're watching a basketball game that's two shots away from winning a game, or you're at football and you're a touchdown down, and you get to watch all that unfold, and you can just feel the crowd roar when something happens. It's real big in the game, and it's just amazing.
Now, you guys, last question here. You guys have talked about this internship has helped you kind of discover who you are as a person and what you want to do. Elaborate on that. What is the one main thing that you'll take away from being a part of this internship?
well, the one main thing would be I'm definitely not a I don't listen very well, so that's a main thing. I definitely want to go my own way. Like, I don't want to work for someone per se, but like I want to definitely be like a freelance videographer slash photographer, and just like kind of just move from place to place and do my own thing. Like, a lot of it is just coming from like I'll listen to you, but like then I have my own ways I like doing things. So then it's like us butting heads
And
every
if I
5
like
minutes.
it, I like it. If I don't, I tell you I don't like it.
Yeah.
See, that's going back to the creative thing. You can put your own little twist onto what you tell us to do, and that's what I've loved about media all these years, is because you can be creative with it. You can put your own style or own way of making a video, and it teaches you a lot to make that brain move a little more, especially on Monday mornings like this. Yeah, but it definitely.
And we started doing this show this year. This is a brand new show, and I mean, we film it on Mondays and get it out to the community by late Monday or early Tuesday morning.
And guess who ideas this was?
It was yours.
Mine.
It was your idea. I will
Yes,
give
it
you
was.
that. But it's like one of those things that you just said keeps your brain, keeps you on your toes, thinking, well, I got to actually talk about something now.
Yeah, I've been kind of avoiding this show because I'm not too comfortable with being on camera, but I will if I have to. And it actually was kind of fun to be on here.
I mean, what's easy about filming this show and like different from like filming a regular video, like it's not scripted. Like everything we're saying is like just us having an actual conversation. So
It's not us being goofballs.
It's just the
Yeah.
fact that people are you're being recorded.
It's
And
not like
that's-
Pepper Jack.
That's the fact of it, though.
it's not like
And the
Pepper
funny
Jack.
thing is,
we
right
kind of
now,
scripted that.
we're normally the people that run the production, and there's one camera, two cameras, three cameras, and then there's the audio board, and nobody else is out here besides Skeens on working on his computer. So I think the anxiety level of just us three having a normal conversation, it kind of goes away when you look out here and there's nobody else out here.
I don't know about the anxiety level. I keep checking the cameras.
Yeah, I keep
too.
looking at the cameras.
I do too. All right, guys, we're going to move into our second half of our show. We'll bring Ethan Polschneider on. I'll stay on here with you and Andrew as we will move on to the second half. Thank you for being on finally, Austin. We love you. We appreciate everything that you've done for us this year. We'll be right back on In the Studio. Welcome back to In the Studio. Now joining me and Andrew, Ethan Polschneider, obviously the sharp-dressed man today. Ethan, why y'all dressed up?
Oh, we have a prom court pictures today, so I had to get all spiffy and dress up, and yeah, looking good today.
So you're on prom court this year. What's that like?
Oh, it's pretty, it's kind of, it's like every other
Interesting.
year, but it's pretty cool, honestly, because you get to be with the group, take pictures and stuff, and then at prom, 10:30, around there, they said we'd announce king and queen, so yeah, it'll be pretty fun.
You hoping people vote for you so you can become prom king?
You know what? Whatever happens, happens. I won't vote for myself. I'm going to vote for Brennan Toops.
Oh, that's sweet.
He'll probably vote for himself.
Everyone else will vote for themselves, and then they'll see Ethan's vote, and they'll be Brennan, and they'll be like, really? We should just
Really?
give this kid the prom king for being so nice.
I know, just a nice guy.
So we have you guys on here. You both are seniors. and you're going to be getting to the point where graduation's almost 24 days away.
Yeah.
May 24th. I mean, you guys are the
It's about
clock.
2.5 weeks.
Yeah, we don't even come to school the last week.
No,
The clock is now ticking on your guys',
because my phone bill's
time
due
in
in
high
9 days,
school.
and then it starts.
What has it been like being in high school here at Pickwa?
There's definitely a question you should ask Ethan, because I came in here like halfway through freshman year. So
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Because you've grown
community-based.
up in this community.
Yeah,
haven't
I've
you?
grown up here. I've lived in the same house my whole life. Growing up in Pickwa has been really nice to me. The community is just solid all the way around. Everyone knows everyone, and it's just a really nice place to grow up in. And the high school's very nice as well. I mean, you have great staff members, great students along with that. There's not a whole lot of trouble that goes around too often, but
Unless they're you, right?
unless it's me. But no, yeah, it's a really good community-based thing here. I like the community here.
And I mean, you said you haven't been here for more than 2 or 3 years. So I mean, but what has it been like moving back from Nebraska and being in this school for the last couple of years? I mean, you've done a lot in the last couple of years.
I would definitely say it's a lot different, because Nebraska, I used to be like a big sports player. Like, I wouldn't have done anything with camera-wise, because I was like, technology-wise, I was not very smart. But coming back here and joining the media really helped me just change into the person I wanted to be. Out in Nebraska, it's like a lot different when you're playing sports, so you kind of like just going in that same directional line as everybody else. But it's a different direction, I guess.
So you guys are getting ready to graduate high school. I've been out of high school for about 9 years now. I graduated back in 2011. So I mean, I'm almost to the point where, do you see yourself where you would be 10 years after graduating high school? So where do you guys think you're going to be 10 years from graduating high school? I mean, I never thought I'd be where I'm at today, working for this great channel, working at this great school, helping kids like you guys out every day in media and going and filming your sporting events, basically seeing you grow as an individual every single day. I never thought as a 25-year-old guy that I'd ever see something like that. So where do you guys picture yourselves 10 years from now? And don't say the major leagues, because I know you're not going to.
I couldn't really tell you. I know what direction I kind of want to go in, but I couldn't tell you where I'd end up in 10 years. I want to do engineering at UC, and that's basically as far as it goes. I know I want to do aerospace there, but I have no idea what job direction I'm going to go in after I get my degree. The next 5 or 6 years, I know I'll be at UC getting my engineering degree. That's about as far as I know right now.
Life is so unpredictable. Like, we can have a 10-year plan, say, okay, in 10 years, I want to be over in China playing in a China basketball league. Or in 10 years, I want to be running my own camera business. None of that is predetermined. It's all just how life treats you. Like, I could be like working extremely hard to get over to the China league, but something would happen and I'm in Australia.
Yeah,
I mean, like, it all just it's you can't plan that far ahead. You have to take each year as a stepping stone to build upon the person you are and upon the career that not only makes you happy but also helps further the person you are.
Right. Yeah. I definitely.
Yeah.
That was really deep, but it really gets me thinking, because life throws a lot of curveballs at you. I mean, when I graduated college, I didn't have a job in this field until just 2 years ago, and I graduated college in 2015, almost 5 years ago. So I worked a year and a half at Kroger, another year at a company here in town as an inside sales rep, and then my aunt's a teacher here and said, hey, apply for this job. So I applied for it, I got it, and year 2, here we go, almost into year 3 now. So I mean, you just never know. And got married and met the girl of my dreams and everything, and we bought a house. I mean, we have everything. And I never thought when I graduated high school almost 10 years ago that this is where I would be in my life today. It just threw me through loop after loop after loop, man. It's just crazy to even think about it.
Yeah, it's like, okay, when you asked a 10-year question, it's like asking when we were like, what was it, like third grade when they asked us, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah.
Everybody
is.
said firefighter, police officer, astronaut, but in reality, there's only going to be a few of us that actually go on to do those things.
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to play in the NBA. Not everybody's going to play in the major leagues.
That'd be nice, though.
It would be really nice. I mean,
Even
what is
on
it,
it-
like one in every 10,000 person or something like that? Maybe it's
Something,
even
yeah.
higher. Actually goes and plays in the NFL. I mean, the NFL draft just happened, so I mean, it's an insane amount of numbers.
If you look at, like, even the people who don't get drafted for, like, the NBA and NFL, those people are really skilled. Like, just for the fact that when you're playing in college, like, college is extremely hard to play in.
It's a high level of
Yeah.
participation.
It's all just about competition, competition, and winning. Like, if you're losing, it's not really the record you want to hold. So you keep fighting and keep fighting. And then that time comes, say, your senior year, that's 4 years in college, and you're eligible for the draft, and you go into the draft, don't get drafted. I mean, yeah, life is
Yeah.
really unpredictable.
Yeah, it is very unpredictable. It always changes as you go. What you want to do changes as you get going. More opportunities present themselves, so sometimes you'll go a separate path based on an opportunity you get. So you really just get out of life what you put into it.
And my dream job is that I've always wanted to be on ESPN. It'll probably never happen. This is probably as close as I'm going to get to being on big time TV. Is public television in Piqua, Ohio. But what is your guys' dream job? When you were in third grade, what did you want to be when you grow up? Just kind of that question. What if you had the opportunity tomorrow and somebody said, Ethan, we need you on this project as an engineer? What would it be?
As of right now, at third grade, if you would ask me what I wanted to do, I wanted to build railroads.
Really?
Railroad construction. That's what I wanted to do. Railroad engineer. That's what I used to want to do. I had a little train set that I used all the way up throughout my childhood, and that's what I wanted to do. But then I got presented to more opportunities to do different stuff and expand my knowledge and expand my horizons of maybe what I want to do. And I have to say now it would be super cool to like work at Boeing or something and just like design airplanes and stuff and just kind of feel my way into the new life passage, I guess, to say.
In third grade, I wanted to be a soldier. So it's not too far off of the path I'm heading, but like, it was just the fact that we all watched soldier movies, medieval movies. Like the medieval movies really intrigued me. So I was like, yeah, that'd be nice. I don't want to be a soldier. You're like,
A dude with real long hair and a beard and a Viking sword.
just on a horse riding in slow-mo, like those things intrigued me when I was younger. And as you get older, obviously it's going to go back to media. I can make something like that happen for myself. Of course, I'm not going to actually be a soldier with long blonde hair and a beard and a horse and a broadsword, but I can direct a movie that has that in that.
Yeah, you can.
So I can take a lot of aspects that people think can't happen. Like, they want to be a princess. Well, here you go. You can be in my movie. You can be a princess. Like, there's a lot of things in media that I can help achieve the dreams that I wanted out when I was younger.
Yeah.
Dang, dude, he's going super deep on it.
That is deep. A
Sorry, I
movie
haven't-
director would be honestly super cool to have
That's
as a
what I
job.
wanted. I mean, to the point now where I can start doing that stuff, directing short films. I got one that I want to start making now and release in October. I just got to get off my butt and do it.
I mean, we co-directed a short film earlier in the year.
We did. It was called Grief, and
Yeah.
it had no dialogue, no nothing. It was music, and it was literally you in front of the camera and
Looking sad as always.
And we really didn't have a plan for it. We just said, let's just go out and film this. And
Yeah.
I don't know if
I've
you've
seen
seen
it.
it before. It's just one of those things where you just do it and then you interpret it the way you interpret it. I interpret it a different way than Andrew does, and I'm sure you would interpret it a different way than we do. So, I mean, it's just those things that you can make. It's nice to make stuff that make people think.
Yeah, it's an art form.
It is. It really is. So you're telling me you never wanted to be a fire chief like your dad?
I used to think about it. but I don't think I'd go down that path. I don't know. It's just not for me. It'd be a cool job to have.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
But you'd be out in front of the community a lot and telling people.
Be out in front. Yeah. This summer I'm getting a job mowing with the city.
Yeah,
That
that'd
went.
be fun.
Yeah, that went through. So yeah, that would be cool. But yeah, I don't know. Just never really thought about going that direction. I'm not saying I couldn't possibly go that direction, but just right now it's not where I'm thinking about heading.
Now, do you guys want to stay in the Piqua area, or do you want to move on? I mean, maybe even not be in Ohio. Where do you guys want to be at in a few years? Do you still want to be in the state of Ohio after college, or do you want to go and move to California or Texas or North Dakota for all I care? I mean,
Ireland.
you want to go to Ireland? Like, seriously though?
Yes, like seriously, Ireland, Iceland, or Scotland is the places I want to go. Just for the fact, like, as I was saying about media, it's so beautiful over there, and like, there's so many opportunities that you can use with the surroundings you have. Like somewhere in like Piqua, we got cornfields and cities and cornfields.
That's
like,
all of Ohio, by
yeah.
the way.
Cornfields.
It's like that's most of America is just cornfields.
Yeah, it is.
So like moving somewhere that beautiful, it's gonna help not only explore the options that you have as a person, but it's gonna help you just look at life as how beautiful it is. Like, if we take a look at all the pollution that's going on from like California or Bangkok, I mean, like, why not just go somewhere that's nice and beautiful and just enjoy the world as it is?
You know what's funny, when he gets to Ireland, he's going to see all the potato fields and go, man, I'm back in Ohio.
Man,
Probably,
it's just
yeah.
potatoes.
I'll become a potato farmer and be like,
That would actually
Potato.
be, I think, super relaxing.
Oh, it would.
But
Definitely.
where do you want to be at, Ethan?
I don't know yet. You know, staying in Piqua is an option. I mean, I do love the community here. It's treated me fantastically throughout my childhood and throughout my high school years. So it is a very good community that I would, if I have kids at some point, I'd love them to grow up here because it's just, I think it's great. And Ohio, I mean, a lot of people complain about the weather, but honestly, you get a decent summer, and the winters
sometimes
don't get all that awful. And sometimes
they have been the last couple of years, though.
yeah, the last couple of years have been rough. But
I've been expecting more snow, but
Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of snow.
it's just a lot of
and the
ice.
change of temperature, how it can go from real high to drop down to 20s, or it can stay in the 20s and then go up to 60 or something
Yeah,
like
It
be
was
that.
like 45 yesterday, and it's going to be in the 70s today.
It'll be
Yeah,
like
I know.
it'll be like December 21st, and it'll be like 50 degrees.
44
Next
to-
day, it's like negative 12.
44 degrees this morning. It's going to be 70 in the afternoon. But, I mean, I haven't really thought about location that much. It'll mainly probably just be wherever my job takes me. That's where I'll go.
So let's move over and talk a little bit of baseball here. We haven't done this show in a couple weeks. We've got a lot of stuff to get done, and it's been busy, obviously, with testing and things like that. How's the baseball team been doing? We haven't been able to cover any of their games lately. We've had a lot of softball games that we've covered, but this week, hopefully, fingers crossed, the weather holds up. Tomorrow we'll be in Troy with you guys. So talk a little bit about how the team's going.
I think our season's going fairly well still. We're still sitting above 500. We went on a 5-game win streak,
Yeah, you did.
which got snapped by Xenia barely. Just the last inning kind of crumbled on us. We were leading, that kind of crumbled, but we're working our way to get back on another winning streak. We had a rough time with Greenville, but that's all right because we got Troy coming up. And I think we're looking pretty good to play Troy this week. I think we're going to look pretty solid. So
Where do you guys think you're heading tournament play?
we always seem to pick Centerville for our first or second round.
They're always
They either get a first round bye and we play them in the second round, or we get them first round. But
Hopefully the worst team in the league gets them this year, because you guys aren't the worst team in the league.
No.
You guys are at least in second and third right now.
yeah, I think we're second or third because the thing is, Greenville, even though they beat us, I can't say they're that fundamentally great as a baseball team, and they've beat Troy. Well, Troy's beat Centerville, so I really have no idea where the teams lie at right now.
Baseball is a sport where anybody can beat really anybody.
Yeah,
I mean, the
it's-
Marlins can beat the Yankees, and that's saying something, because the Marlins are bad.
Yeah.
You guys got to play at Fifth Third Field a couple weeks ago against Tip City. How was that experience? for
That
you?
was very cool. That was probably one of the best baseball experiences I've ever had. It was just really almost kind of humbling to where you come from and then where you can possibly be at some point. I mean, just surrounded by the big stadium and the large crowd that was there, it was all quite impressive. I didn't have the best pitching outing that game. I came in and fielded a bunt through 3 rows back into the stands.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like towards the end of the game.
Yeah, it was.
And you're still throwing like 70, 80 miles
You were
an hour.
severely off balance on that throw, though.
I was. I came around on my back foot, and I was leaning back, and I was like, "Oh, this isn't going."
I'm gonna fall, and this is gonna go in the stands.
I already knew it was going in the stands before I threw it, but yeah, but I think we're looking in pretty good shape coming up.
We look forward to the last 3 or 4 games I think we've got
Yeah.
on the schedule for you guys. If tonight doesn't work out, Friday when you guys play the Buccaneers of Covington, we'll be there at home.
I'm looking for you to hit a walk-off, you know.
Walk off on Covington. I was close on Sydney.
I want you to get 5 RBIs and be 6 for 6
6
and
for
almost
6.
hit for the cycle.
So then
like
when
you need
chipping
an
off-
inside the Parker home run, you're rounding third just to get it.
The most impressive thing I've seen so far is that the grand slam Mick Karn hit against Sydney.
Yeah.
Super Micah.
Yeah, Super Mike.
I was on third base, and that thing just shot right over my head. I knew it was gone. I got home. As soon as I ran home, I turned around. It still didn't drop yet. I was like,
It was a moonshot.
it was a
wasn't
moon shot. The wind was pushing out towards left field. It was great. I almost hit one. It hit the fence, sadly. I hit it, and I started walking, and then I saw it hit the fence. I was like, I better get to second base.
So, one more question here, and it's only because you literally look like a politician right now. Like, you could be running for office. One question for both of you, and then we're done for the day.
All right.
What office, if any, if you could run for, would you run for? President, vice president, congressman, mayor, governor, what would you run for? If you had to.
Probably just state senate.
Go bigger.
State senate? I mean, that's
State
okay.
senate.
Gotta go big or go home.
I
I'm definitely
wouldn't-
running for president, you know.
I would not want the responsibilities of president.
I mean,
So
like,
just remember, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew's going to run for president.
10
Do not
years.
Vote for him, but please
me.
vote for Polschneider for state senate in the
Vote
year
for me.
2030.
20, 30 something.
vote for me. At least I'll have, like, very interesting deep talks with you on camera.
Vote for Andrew. He wants spicy noodles for all.
Yes.
Spice noodles for everyone.
While I'm crying and dying.
Thank you guys for joining us and joining us in this deep conversation today. Hopefully next week we'll be back on for another episode of In the Studio. Be on the lookout for this one. And go on our YouTube page, subscribe there, ring that bell to get notified anytime a new video is posted. Like us on Facebook. We post everything on there from pictures and things as well. For Polschneider, Weaver, I'm AJ Ganger. Goodbye, and we'll see you next time on In the Studio.
Deuces.